Hello everybody, welcome to a interesting video that I'm putting out on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle because I'm not doing any stages in this video. Just going to go into a absolute bombshell that Omatsu, the director of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, and the team dropped how many years ago? 6 o'clock this morning, approximately 14 and a half hours ago. There's the timestamp right there. Well, you might not believe me if I tell you this, but here it is. No sound, for copyright reasons. You can find it on the Dokkan Global if you want to hear the sound. The lettering that was on the screen is the Namekian sort of lettering, and the words for summoning the Namekian Shenron, which is Purunga. And Purunga has this thing here where he goes, state your wishes. Normally we want Kais for super attacks and we want orbs for hidden potential, and then it just changes. What in the world is happening? A special wish for the 10th anniversary with the LR coloring? What in the world? Purunga finally coming through? 2,500 Dragon Stones worth? Hold up, hold up. What? You can straight up recruit one of these characters? I mean, we're not even fully through the video. There might be something else here. What's going on here? I mean, there's some good. Whoa, wait. What? Huh? Come again? In case anyone doesn't know, these are the headliners of this anniversary. The two in the middle, Vegito Part 1, Dokkan Fest. Gogeta Part 2, Dokkan Fest. The first two are the Carnival LRs for Part 1, and the latter two are the Part 2 Carnival LRs. You can get this one as well. It seems that you're going to be able to choose one. But it doesn't say it will be only one. Does that mean there might be more than one? There's 3 wishes. No, there isn't 3 wishes here. Why? Because the way Purunga Dragon Balls work is that you have 3 wishes you can make out of a predetermined set of wishes. And typically the way a Purunga Dragon Ball campaign works is that you can summon the dragon 3 times for a total of 9 wishes. In this anniversary, we only were able to start gathering the Dragon Balls in Part 2, which started less than a week ago. Or just about a week ago, but less than a week ago. And then you would have a set of 3 missions that you, 3 wishes that you can make with this specific wish. However, that is less likely to happen even if we do get 3 sets of Dragon Ball. Why? Because they've done this in the past where they've had one of the missions change for the second and third set. Or the third set had a different one than the first 2 sets. Who knows if this one wish can be done to recruit more than one of any of these characters, which it seems to be going from March of 2024 up until the actual anniversary. Or it's going to be a voucher to exchange in the Baba shop. Or it'll be a combination. You get one of these, you get the banner unit or something that, arrived along the way. Like the older you go, the more you would get another character along. We don't know any of the details yet. This is absolutely mind-boggling. Now, I'm going to go into some of the units that I think you might want to grab. Yeah, this one. Yep, this unit right here. This one starts off as a Goku and can be exchanged into Vegeta. And this is going to be by far the best unit in the game, the strongest unit in the game. There is no comparison whatsoever. Even the Part 2 Dokkan Festival, he's good, but he's not going to compare to the amount of damage that this guy can do. Here's what happens when you manage to get this guy on the field, okay? Fully recovers HP, he gets 300% attack and defense, he gets an additional key plus 3 per type key share obtained, he guards all attacks, and he has a damage reduction rate of 60%, he launches an additional super attack. Remember, the transformations only have ultra super attacks, they don't have 12 key super attacks. And he's giving a Earth Protecting Heroes and Patara category allies a key plus 2 in attack and defense plus 40%. Buff. Then for every attack performed, he has a chance of performing a critical hit of plus 20% up to 100%. So he doesn't need crit whatsoever. For every attack he receives, he gets a 10% additional attack on top of everything else. When getting a normal attack, he counters with ferocious power. And for 4 turns on the character's entry turn, he foresees the enemy super attack. He has an active skill, which he causes ultimate damage to the enemy, gets 300% more defense on top of everything else that he has already, and his guard, and his damage reduction. And he guarantees critical hits. And he draws all of the enemy's attacks towards the character. This is like a guaranteed double digits from any super attacks, basically, in the game currently. Of course, we're getting new red zone stages dropping sometime in the next 24 hours or so. This is beyond insane what this guy can do. And I'm not going to continue gushing over this guy because we've got a few more other characters to go for. This Goku is my very first choice here to go for. This is the next one. He fully recovers HP, gets attack and defense plus 300%, and a key plus 5, guards attacks, damage reduction, nullifies negative effects, meaning he can't be stunned, sealed, or have his attack and defense lowered, or delayed, or whatever. He launches 2 additional ultra super attacks, And he's guaranteed a critical hit straight off the bat, and he, of course, supports successors or fusion category allies by 2 key, and the attacking damage is 40%. Gets 100% attack when attacking. Remember, he has to attack to get that buff. He gets 100% defense whenever he receives an attack. So if he gets normaled first, he's pretty much going to be able to tank any super that comes after. It's the more normals he takes before, the more he gets. Now this is stacking, by the way. This is stacking. Okay. Uh, Actually, that could be wrong. This might just be once only, but it doesn't say once only. So it's probably stacking. I haven't tested him out. I haven't been able to get the fusion. I got the fusion with him once, really, but didn't really even check him out. Still working on his links. He can get Rainbow Key Spheres for an additional 50% attack per and additional damage reduction of 5% per. On average, you can get two to three Rainbow Key Spheres typically if you have a Rainbow Key Sphere changer on the team. Yeah, so an additional 10% damage reduction to 70% damage reduction and additional 100% on top of all this of damage of attack. It's a lot of damage, especially since it's going to be guaranteeing crits, so it's going to go past all the modifiers of their damage reduction, their defense, whatever it is, the enemies. He has an active skill which gives a 54% attack and defense to the enemy, and it seems to go into the next part of attacks effective against all types for 1 turn, self-excluded. So this all allies attack and defense might be attached to this part, and if it is, then it is not as good as it could be. This is going to be my second choice. Okay. My third choice is going to be Gohan. Now, the reason why I say I want Gohan is simply because he is a nuker. He's a nuker. He can defend reasonably well. He has a ton of things going for him in his kit. The first time he shows up, uh, he launches an additional attack as an medium chance to super attack for existing enemies up to 5 times within a turn. So basically, when you're going up against the Cell Juniors and the Cell and the Cell Juniors in Super Battle Road, this guy will perform immensely well. Uh, and they appear in Battle Road in any of the earlier stages. Basically, they're like a static team that can show up. Um, or going up against Turles Squad, or against the the Slug team. Any of those. He has damage reduction of 20%. He guards all attacks. He starts off with 258% attack and defense. He gets 158% when he attacks. For every attack performed, he can get up to 5 key by 1 each time. And attack and defense by 10% of up to 80%. And when he gets an attack, he gets 158% defense. Again, it's probably 1 turn only, but it could be, since it doesn't say once per turn only. I don't know how the terminology shows up here. And then from the 5th turn, he gets an attack plus 158%, and the defense plus 58% when attacking with 18 or more key. And he performs a critical hit when he does his active skill or when attacking with 24 key. His active skill, key plus 24, which, yeah, that does that, and attack plus 58% for 1 turn. Can be activated when there's another Kamehameha category ally on the team starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry turn, or when facing only one enemy whose HP is 89% or less. He's basically going to be a nuker who will uh, who will hit very hard against any of these bosses that need to be finished with the super attack. He is more of an attacking unit than he is a defensive unit, but he still can defend reasonably well, especially if he gets to super beforehand a couple times. My next choice is going to be this character right here because of his support to Giant Ape Power, which granted has quite a few good links, like say in Roar, which is attack plus 25% and defense plus 10%, 15% at max at link level 10, 10% at link level 10, 5%, 15, 20% at link level 10, 10% at GT for link level 10, and 15% if there's another LR in the same rotation. Absolutely insane unit for the Giant Ape Power. When you finally get into the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he stacks attack and defense no matter what, and he also does a support buff on his 18 key for all allies. It's not restricted by category. Key plus 4 attack and defense plus 200% additional to key plus 2 per key share obtained. Most LRs have that these days, except for the Vegeta, and I think the Goku Frieza as well. For 4 turns from the character's entry turn, he guarantees a crit. He gets 100 attack and defense, 100% attack and defense when attacking, and 4 key when attacking. He gets 44%. I do not like these kinds of passives because it only activates once you attack, not before. So if you have 5 attacks before, he's not a first slot unit. At 24 key, he launches an additional attack. When HP is 44% or less at the start of turn, he recovers 44% HP, and it doesn't appear to be once only. That does not appear to be once only. Okay. For every attack performed, he gets a key plus 1 and a chance of performing a critical hit of 20%. And for every attack received, key plus 1 and a chance of performing a critical hit, and there's no limit on that. It does not appear to be only restricted within the same turn. It seems like it would be throughout the appearance of this character in battle. This right here is why he is 4th. Combined with this, he's a great supporter for Giant Ape Power and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, but when it says allies, it usually doesn't mean himself. I've tried it. I took this guy at 69% into this stage right here. I think it was this stage, or it was no, it was this stage, or power, or oh, which event was it? Uh, this one, battle hardened formidable foes. It was one of these two stages, either this one or this one. And yeah, it was the. No, I don't think it was this one. Be restricted to using. I don't think you're restricted to using just Dragon Ball Saga category. Yes, it's either this one or this one. I don't remember. But yeah, he just wasn't he wasn't tanking slot one. I mean, he recovered, but he was not tanking slot one. Whereas his base form over here, he has a great chance of evading enemies' attacks for 4 turns. Of course, you have this mode where he doesn't really take any damage, but I mean, it's like a stalling tactic, basically. Next, I'm going to go in for this Gotenks. This Gotenks is an absolute utility unit. He's got so much going in his passive, but this is where it's crazy. He has a high chance, which is 50% chance, of getting an additional 777% chance. Sorry, an additional defense of 777% when receiving a super attack. So he can uh, reasonably well, it's a 50-50 chance to get that defense when he's getting a super attack. And when he's receiving a Ki Blast super attack, he gets a 44% damage reduction and counters with ferocious power. For 5 turns, he gets damage reduction here. He gets an attack, he gets defense plus 77%. It's attack plus 77% when getting attacked. When there's another final trump category, he gets more defense and he gets an additional 33% damage reduction. So yeah, so if he gets a Ki Blast super attack and he's got 33%, so he has a 77% damage reduction or a 99% damage reduction if it's within the first 5 turns. This is why I have this guy as a very close option after these 4 anniversary units here. The GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the Cell Saga, the Fusion Reborn Vegeta and Goku, and the Majin Buu Saga Goku and Vegeta. Next is going to be the next 2 units in order of ability. This Gohan, and I've said he appears basically every video that he can be run on for missions. He's a slot 1 unit. That's it. He's a slot 1 unit. He's got the damage reduction for the first 5 turns. He's got guard. He's got attack and defense. He gets 80% defense when he's getting attacked, and additional. And if you get 24 Ki, he reduces damage by 20%. Yeah, he's a slot 1 unit. And after he performs 5 or more attacks or receiving 8 or more attacks in battle, he gets a damage reduction of 20%. And that doesn't look like it caps out at just 20%. Just saying. Next is this guy. This guy is a very interesting unit and is my last recommendation to go for if you don't have him. But if you do have coins, carnival coins, just get them out of the shop right now. Just go get them. If you don't have if you have enough to get any of the anniversary LRs, just go after the anniversary LRs. Of course, the ticket, you can go get whichever unit you prefer, but this is really where you want to go. This guy needs time to build up, but once he builds up, just switch into this guy. He's just a tanking unit when you have superclass allies on the team. He just is an attack. He's just a tanking unit, no matter what. Uh, it's not even funny. They could just this guy could just tank, and then once you get like 100 or so key orbs, just max damage with his active skill. Low key. The next the next 3 units are honorable mentions, and it goes by what you need. This Broly I'm not a real fan of, but then again I only have him 55%. At 55%, I'm not a fan of him. He has all these first turn things. It's great. It's not that great. Uh, then of course, once you transform into him, he does a bunch of more stuff. But yeah, he can tank a lot. As the first attack in a turn, he has this damage reduction for the first 3 turns, and he has this damage reduction. Um, plus he's an AOE hitter. Plus he's an AOE hitter. Um, he is an okay honorable mention, and then this guy. This guy, I also only have at 55%, and I'm not a big fan of him. He has this once only. He has this uh, thing happening. It's situational. Um, he is an uncontrollable power, 60% attack and defense support unit, I guess. He does have a lot of damage reduction. He can get he when he has the domain up, which is a domain is usually only up for like 4 turns. Um, yeah, he this recovering HP thing I never really noticed, but it is really good. It is really good. Um, this should be together, but yeah, yeah. This is an honorable mention. They're not. He's not that good at 55%. So like, if you don't have him, no reason to go for him. And then this guy. He's a 200% double lead. Granted, Universe Survival Saga is the most, and Universe 11 has barely any units. This guy just randomly can just hit max damage for no reason. Uh, Once you switch into this guy, he's just busted. Attack and defense was 400%, which I believe is the highest multiplier currently in the game. He massively raises attack and then raises defense for what he greatly raises attack. He's just stacking over here. He gets 11 key, so if you're starting off with 8 key to begin with, so you're starting off with 19 key automatically. He has 60% damage reduction rate. He foresees for the first turn, yeah. Uh, when he shows up again, I don't like that it's like mitigating what he can do. He gets 111% attack and defense when attacking. And for every super attack performed, he gets an additional 11% crit, and it's infinite. He gets 24 key, gets an additional attack plus 50%. He's guaranteed to hit against any MUI Goku. He performs a critical hit, and he gets an additional 50% attack for every super attack received. He is, of the honorable mentions, the highest DPS, I believe. And that's going to conclude my video. Just a quick recap. Uh, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and then this guy is my recommendations. This guy is more of an honorable mention. If you don't have enough coins and this is the only one you don't have, then for sure go for it. This guy is an honorable mention, this guy is an honorable mention, and this guy's an honorable mention. You should be able to get enough coins to get these out of the shop sometime within the next 6 months if you're playing the game and doing events and stuff. That'll be all for today's video. It's quite a long one. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.